meeting. It's Thursday, September 22nd, 2011. This call is meeting of the County Board to order. Roll call.
Kurtz.
Here.
Langenheim.
Here.
Maxwell. McGinty.
Here.
Michaels.
Here.
Mosier. Nudo.
Here.
O'Connor. Petrie. Quisenberry.
Here.
Richards.
Here.
Rosales.
Here.
Schrader.
Yep.
Alex.
Here.
Ammons.
Yes.
Anderson.
Here.
Benzel. Bergson.
Here.
Betts.
Here.
Carter.
Here.
Coert. Esri.
Here.
Holderfield.
Here.
James.
Here.
Jay.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Weibel.
Here we have a quorum. Ms. Court called me earlier. She was not feeling well. Mr. Benzo, Maxwell, and Ms. Petrie are not available for various reasons. In lieu of prayer tonight, I'd like to have a moment of silence for a past board member, Catherine Hogue, who passed away about 10 days ago. She was a county board member within the last 5 years, and she was one of the nicest persons I ever met, I think. I also want to point out that late last month, the husband of former county board member Patty Busman passed away too. So, a moment of silence for those people, please. Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would the clerk read the minutes of the meeting, please?
Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the County Board, Champaign County, Illinois, will convene on September 22, 2011 at 7 o'clock p.m. in the Lyle Shields Meeting Room, Brookings Administrative Center, 1776 East Washington Street, Urbana, Illinois, in said county for the purpose of allowing and ordering payment of claims against the county, receiving and acting upon reports of committees, and such other matters as may be brought before said meeting, which said meeting shall continue in session from day to day until the completion of said business.
Move approval of the notice. Moved by Mr. Betts, second by Mr. Esri. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Seek approval of the agenda. And move on. Moved by Mr. Gonzalez, second by Mr. Carter. I'd like to pull off item D1 because I now received a legal opinion from the state's attorney on whether Mr. Gertz has a conflict of interest. So D1 to pull off the agenda will automatically go on policy next month. If there's a correction on the consent agenda, item C1, it reads animal control and impoundment services. It should say animal control services. In addition, there are some corrected resolutions on a white paper in front of you. Numbers 4, 9, 10, and 12 are on the consent agenda. 5 to 8 on the regular agenda. These are some minor corrections in the wording for the resolutions that have no impact on what the resolution actually does. Any other changes to the agenda? If seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries. The date and time of our next regular meetings for the Committee of the Whole for Highway Transportation, County Facilities, and ELUC is Tuesday, October 4th at 6 p.m. in this room. And the following Tuesday, October 11th at 6 p.m. is for Finance, Policy, Personnel, Appointments, and Justice and Social Services. And the regular County Board meeting is on Thursday, October 20th at 7 p.m. in this room. Moving on to the consent agenda. Are there any items which you wish to take off the agenda?
Move adoption of consent.
Moved by Mr. Betts, second by Mr. Langenheim. Roll call, please.
Kurtz.
Yes.
Langenheim.
Yep.
McGinty.
Yes.
Michaels.
Yes.
Nudo.
Yes.
Quisenberry.
Yes.
Richards.
Yes.
Rosales.
Yes.
Schrader.
Yes.
Alex.
Yes.
Ammons.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Bergson.
Yes.
Betts.
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Esri,
Yes.
Holderfield,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Weibel.
Yes, motion carries. Public participation. Is there anybody who wishes to participate? The public participation. Instead of driving people away. Apparently not. Communications. I have one communication. This is for the camera. The communication I have concerns this picture in front of me. Deb had one for the camera. About a week ago, my family and I went to the animal shelter and adopted this beautiful, gorgeous puppy. About 3 months old. We think it's part Beagle, part Dachshund. It is just a great dog, and I can recommend that that's the place to go if you want great dogs. Other communications. Ms. Anderson.
They say you shouldn't follow dog situations, but I'd like to call attention to the brochure that Manolo has. The Mental Health Board and the Disability Board are again sponsoring the one with some other sponsors, the 5th annual Disability Resource Expo, which will be on Saturday, October the 22nd from 9 to 2 at Lincoln Square Village. The first year it started out with about 50 exhibitors, and yesterday we informed the meeting that it's up to 72 exhibitors, and it's always been a great day. So I hope if you're not able to come, you might be able to share with it with others. There's a lot of information there. People have found it very helpful. There's also entertainment, activities for children. The vendors are just sharing information, but there is a pride room where artists with disabilities will be displaying jewelry, art kinds of things, and a number of those are for purchase. But I would hope you would consider coming.
Other announcements? Okay. Seek approval of the minutes of August 18, 2011, and August 23, 2011 study session. Moved by Mr. Kurtz, second by Mr. Rosales. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Before we move to the areas of responsibilities, I just realized we have closed session. I'd like to have the closed session be the very last thing on the agenda. That way we can make the transition from the regular county board meeting into the study session. And they'll just turn the camera off for the closed session. And turn it back on, we'll be basically close the meeting and start the study session. All right, areas of responsibility. Mr. Kohler is not here, so Mr. J.
Yes, sir. Can I do it from here? It's only one item.
You should do it from there.
All right, thank you. Highway has one resolution tonight. We've asked you to consider that we adopt resolution number 7876, awarding the contract for the replacement of a tank car culvert located in Stanton Township, 10-28971-00BR, and I so move.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Allen. Discussion. Mr. J, do you know what a tank car culvert is?
Yes, it's actually a tank car that they cut the ends out of and used it, literally, and used it, railroad tank car.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. J. Environmental land use, Mr. Kurtz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have just one item on our agenda, adoption of resolution number 7881, authorizing an intergovernmental agreement for the East Central Illinois Economic Development District, counties of Champaign, Douglas, Ford, Iroquois, Pine, and Vermilions in Illinois, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Langenheim. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Kurtz. Finance, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First item, I recommend adoption of resolution number 7878, purchase not following purchasing policy, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Quisenberry. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
motion carries.
I recommend adoption of resolution number 7880, payment of claims authorization. I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. James. Discussion.
I wait yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I recommend adoption of resolution number 7905, a budget amendment from 110042, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Curtis. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Langenheim,
Yes.
McGinty,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
Nudo,
Yes.
Quisenberry,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Rosales,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Ammons,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Bergson,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Esri,
Yes.
Holderfield,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jay,
No.
Jones,
Yes.
Weibel.
Yes, motion carries.
I recommend adoption of resolution number 7906, a budget amendment 110043, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. James. Discussion. Roll call.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Langenheim,
Yes.
McGinty,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
Nudo,
Yes.
Quisenberry,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Rosales,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Ammons,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Bergson,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Esri,
Yes.
Holderfield,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Weibel.
Yes, motion carries.
Item 5, I recommend adoption of resolution number 7907, budget amendment 110044, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Richards. Discussion. Roll call.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Langenheim,
Yes.
McGinty,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
Nudo,
Yes.
Quisenberry,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Rosales,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Ammons,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Bergson,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Esri,
Yes.
Holderfield,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Weibel.
Yes, motion carries.
I recommend adoption of resolution number 7908, budget amendment 110045, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Langenheim. Discussion. Roll call.
Kurtz,
Yes.
Langenheim,
Yes.
McGinty,
Yes.
Michaels,
Yes.
Nudo,
Yes.
Quisenberry,
Yes.
Richards,
Yes.
Rosales,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Alex,
Yes.
Ammons,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Bergson,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Esri,
Yes.
Holderfield,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Weibel.
Yes, motion carries.
I recommend adoption of ordinance number 890, establishing statutory fees for marriage and civil union licenses, and I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. James. Discussion. Mr. Richards.
Mr. Chair, I would like to move to amend ordinance number 890 so that instead of the license being $30.25 of which is paid to the county, 5 of which is paid to the domestic violence fund, change that to $50, 45 of which is paid to the county, with the $5 remaining.
Second.
Second by Mr. McGinty. Discussion of the amendment. Mr. Curtis.
I personally feel $30 is a number that we can work with. A fee is very simple. It affects everyone, even the lowest of our income earners to the highest of our income earners. And I personally feel that a fee of $30 is fair. We haven't raised our fee in a number of years, but it ostensibly will double the fee. And I think that certainly takes into account any costs. I've asked Mr. Gordy Houghton if he had any numbers as to what the cost of a marriage license is, and we really don't have any numbers on that actually. But I think $30 should certainly cover, and so I would oppose this motion.
Mr. James.
Following up on what Al said, I believe that when we look at fees, and we always say that, well, we haven't raised them for years, that's really not a good reason to raise a fee. I mean, there ought to be whether due to staff time or what have you, and if we're going to do that, like we've discussed before, fees should be reviewed maybe every 2 or 3 years to make sure we're keeping in line with stuff, not wait 10, 15 years. And so I can't support raising it anymore at this time either.
Mr. Langenheim.
I would dearly love to see what it actually costs us to issue that license. And I'm strongly of the opinion that my fee for that license should not exceed our out-of-pocket costs for issuing such a fee. This is a sort of a fundamental thing, and I just don't want to put it in a marriage tax.
Mr. J.
Well, I agree with Mr. Langenheim. Fees are supposed to be, in my opinion, to cover the cost of us to do whatever it is that we're asking to do. They were never designed to make money. I'm not sure what the cost would be, but I don't believe it would be above $30.
Mr. Richards.
I think that $50 is a very fair fee for a marriage license in this county. It hasn't been raised years, and the way this county board works, it probably will be another 20 years before it will be raised again. And moreover, the reason it really matters is $30 and $50. Hopefully this is a one-time in your life fee for everybody. But, sorry, Mr. Lincoln. I was not singling him out despite that look. But this really, exactly. This is something where, with our budget this year, probably next year, because we're not looking at any giant upswing in the economy anytime soon. We have been arguing over the need for spending an extra $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. And so I hope that everybody who votes against spending $50 doesn't then come back and free ride on this and have a list of programs that they insist get funded when the money is not there these next few weeks.
Ms. Ammons.
I love that thought process, but I'm talking to the chair right now. So, unfortunately, there has been little to no actual establishment to justify raising this cost.
Exactly.
The cost of paper, the cost of staff time. There's no allocation whatsoever to justify raising this cost, over and beyond the fact that we've already raised it to be at least similarly paired to the other administrative bodies of county government in other places. Usually, we utilize, and I've seen this since I've been on the board, comparatives to counties similarly sized. In this case, we want to go over and beyond because we have a deficit. I think the deficit issue is a whole different discussion and could be looked at in a certainly different way. But to raise a fee arbitrarily with no actual basis for raising the fee beyond the fact that we need a few extra dollars, I think you can look at almost every single department in that line. And if that is the function of county government, I think we are really going down a national trend that suggests that we will put all of our revenue expenses on individuals as opposed to sharing the cost. Raising the fee has already shared the cost to the public, and I think $30 certainly meets our demand and our cost to produce them.
Mr. Carter.
I agree with Cal, and I don't know why everybody want to pay for pain. There's no pain as it is. Now,
Strike.
talk about raising money. You kids, everything you do, money. Every organization in town write you a letter, money. Jesus Christ, man, we need a break. I'm not kidding you. Every organization in town, you got to donate something. Not on time that. Most of my life, I've been donating my time, heck, free of charge, on all kind of boards. So I wish they was free myself.
Mr. McGinty.
If someone can explain to me other areas where we can generate revenue, this is a fee that hasn't been raised in 30 years. Now, with that said, the idea that we don't look at every single possible source to raise revenue and to control expenses is ludicrous. After these last few years, we downsized this government in perhaps one of the least painful ways of any county in the state. So I think the credit needs to be given to those who work every day at making our budget situation healthier than almost any county in the state. This is, as Michael mentioned, this is not going to be an annual hit to somebody unless they get married every single year. So this is something that generates a small amount of revenue, but we have to look at every single thing because we're hurting. People think that we're over this hump. If we're going to grow some money on trees, we're going to be in great shape. But somebody has to come up with some solutions on how we're going to generate some revenue and to take this seriously. So everybody who says, oh, 30 is enough because I know it is, how do you know that that's enough? Has anyone done the analysis? Really? The other cops are at higher rates than us in other counties, and so this hasn't been raised in 30 years. If somebody has some ideas, bring them. We've asked everybody before, every single county employee, every single department head, elected official. So don't say that we don't do that. Thank you.
Further discussion. Mr. Quisenberry.
Yeah, I feel like I should say something because I was the one who moved that we move this to 30. And I did that based on the comps that Ms. Busey had provided to us. And I went further. I looked at Fort County, which is $35, Vermilion County, which is $30, Hyatt County, which is $30, beyond the McLean at 29, Rock Island at 26, Sangamon and Peoria are higher at 35 and 42. But I came to that $30 based on that information. The sense that we have to raise the money with this comes from what feels like a sense of urgency to fill a gap or to cover an expense. It's talking about $20,000 here. That's important, but if we're flush at the end of the year, are we going to turn around and lower this fee again? I don't think we are. So I would suggest that we're considering raising a single fee for the wrong reasons, and that's why I'll vote against it.
Mr. Betts.
I just want to request a roll call.
Second.
Further discussion. Okay, this is on the vote on the amendment to the main motion. Roll call, please.
Kurtz?
No.
Langenheim?
No.
McGinty?
Yes.
Michaels?
No.
Nudo?
No.
Quisenberry?
No.
Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Unfortunately, no.
Schrader?
No.
Alex?
No.
Ammons?
No.
Anderson?
No.
Bergson?
No.
Betts?
No.
Carter?
2 no.
Esri?
No.
Holderfield?
No.
James?
No.
Jay?
No.
Jones?
No.
Weibel?
Yes, motion fails. Back to the main motion, unamended. Discussion on that motion. Mr. Betts.
Again, I'm going to request a roll call.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote. Okay, let's have a roll call on the main motion.
Kurtz?
Yes.
Langenheim?
Yes.
McGinty?
Yes.
Michaels?
Yes.
Nudo?
Yes.
Quisenberry?
Yes.
Richards?
Yes.
Rosales?
Yes.
Schrader?
Yes.
Alex?
Yes.
Ammons?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Bergson?
No.
Betts?
No.
Carter?
Yes.
Cowart? Sorry, Esri?
Yes.
Holderfield?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Jay?
No.
Jones?
Yes.
Weibel?
Yes, motion carries.
And that is all from finance. Thank you.
Thank you.
The item in policy was pulled off the agenda. Next, let's move to the addendum item 12B. Mr. Beth, would you take the chair, please?
Is this mine? Mr. Chair, I see before us resolution number 7913 appointing county administrator's salary negotiating team, your nominees.
Mr. Tom Betts, Mr. Poswell, Mr. Almeida.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Discussion? All the, yes, Carol?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, although I don't strongly oppose this list, I would, and I think we talked about possibly having other members of this board appointed to the negotiation team this time, for them to have different input into this and to allow for other representation from the board.
I'll certainly answer that. I decided to go with this because it was really the simplest route, I think. Certainly the board will have all the opportunity to, if they want to, have input in this. We'll be discussing the salary of a single person. So there's obviously be no confusion on that subject. And I think that because of that, the board will have plenty of time to make input.
Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Betts. Because we're going to make a closed session, very last item, is there any other business or new business? Then we're going to the closed session.